So I'm using this PC to.
It's not showing yet. So why?
Yeah, logged in.
Join broadcast.
It's not live.
Live in 1 minute 33 seconds.
Can you see second Tomo is in? No, Steve is in.
Hello, everybody. Just giving a sound check. I'll be on in 2 minutes. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm just going to wait another couple of minutes, 5:02, before I start the webinar, just for a few of those people who are running late or alternatively just trying to log on and register. So just please bear in mind, just a couple of minutes. Hello, everybody. It's Jason Hay, National Sales Manager for Mamaki Australia. Thanks for joining myself this afternoon. And your time is important, and I understand that. But today we want to do obviously introduce you to our new sales tool, our new webinar tool for Mamaki Global. It's our first introduction into this particular sales platform locally in Australia. So I do thank you for taking your time and making sure that we can obviously showcase the new platform to you and the reasons, I guess, the introduction for it, and moving forward with a few other things that we've got planned for the webinar today. Just to, I suppose, there's a couple of I suppose things that we just need to ask you to do. I've asked everyone obviously just to put their microphones and their on mute, as well as their videos on mute. There will be a questions and answers situation at the end of the seminar or webinar, whatever you want to call it, and that can be done by just obviously clicking on your name and putting the hand up. We'll note that you've obviously got a question, or there is an actual chat box questions for us that you can actually leave questions in, or alternatively speak up at a later date for you. So yeah, so that please don't interrupt the seminar whilst we actually do the presentation, but more importantly, we make sure that we will answer all those questions at the end and go from there. Just an agenda, I suppose the webinar agenda for today, it's the introduction of the new Mamaki virtual showroom for our dealers and our customers, end users, and more importantly, our sales team to support you with. An introduction of our new product and applications specialist, Patrick Bianco, who joined us 8 weeks ago. So just a questions and answers with Pat, and who he is and what he does for us as a business in the first 8 weeks, and what he will do for you as a dealer. Then Pat will go through the sample kit for the JFX 200 and the revised sample kit for the JFX 200, and then we'll have some questions and answers from there. So so further ado, I suppose now I'm going to introduce Mr. Tamitsu Harada-san, the General Manager for Mamaki Australia. Welcome, Tomo. Everyone knows Tomo.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming.
All right, Tomo-san, obviously this is an exciting time for Mamaki globally and Mamaki Australia moving forward.
Yes, definitely.
I think with so many new products, being released in the last few months, I suppose Mamaki Global needed to create a platform which was a go-to-market strategy in regards to introducing us as a brand to us, but more importantly to our dealers, and at a later date from our dealers to the customer directly with this platform. So just what I want you to do, obviously, for the next 10 minutes or so, is just give us a brief overview of the actual platform itself, how we're going to use it, an introduction in regards to what it means to us as a business.
Yes, I'm very happy to. Right. First of all, thanks for your time today. My name is again Tomo Harada, General Manager from Mamaki Australia. I would like to say thank you for everyone supporting us, supporting Mamaki products and customers, and thanks for your time for today, coming up for the our new virtual Mamaki showroom introduction and the webinar course introduction. So I'd like to go through a couple of points to introduce our platform.
Sorry, mate, you go.
So these are the the agenda. I'm going to introduce next 10-15 minutes about explanation of about mini fair, mini 10 to everyone, which is Mamaki's traditional strategy about global sales and marketing strategy. And the reason we have came up with this platform for Mamaki Australia local perspective, and I will going to show and explain how you can explore your experience with Mamaki's virtual showroom. It's available for everyone. Doesn't matter if this is Mamaki's people, Mamaki's partner, or customers. It's available for everyone. And I'd like to show how you log into our the particular webinar which you are joining now for customers as well. So and lastly but not least, that I'm going to explain and introduce what will be available webinar for everyone in the market for next 6 weeks till our Christmas break. So please bear with me for 10 minutes, and I will go through to the the explanation of new platform. All right. First of all, I'd like to briefly explain the relationship between our global and Australian perspective mini-10 sales marketing strategy and the virtual the showroom platform which we are talking about now. So about mini-10 is a traditional Mimaki word, that stands for small trade show, which meant to be not just like a visual impact or the pack prints, a large exhibition, but having individual end users into Mimaki's showroom or trade show. Doesn't matter if this is a Mimaki's showroom or our sales partners, channel partners showroom, but having customer in front of with our product and our Mimaki team privately in order to completely understand the product benefit and how to enter to their individual businesses. So that's the reason why mini-10 or small trade show is important for Mimaki's strategy. However, since last year, when COVID-19 has hit to the industry market, of course, to Australia, this face-to-face, having a customer to mini-10 has been very difficult, and we needed to refrain to do so for last 18 months or, well, more than 18 months. However, as a Mimaki's global management, we are forecasting that this pandemic is not going to finish, within a couple of months. But it will continue. We don't hope, but we are forecasting that it will continue for next, the 12 months to 24 months. That's the reason why it's important for us to have a tool for everyone in the Mimaki's family to have a tool to showcase the customer without coming to showroom, but have something virtually in order for our sales team, the marketing, sales and market strategy, having this tool to be available to showcasing Mimaki's product and application to the customer. That's the background of what we have and where we are at this moment. So I'm going to go through to the just briefly explaining about our platform. First of all, if you are in this webinar, I'm pretty sure that you have gone through to this home display. So home display looks like it's a simple exhibition stand. So this is this is a URL, the home display access about mimakievent.com Australia and home. So as a Mimaki's family, you must bookmark this because it will be permanently there and it will be refreshed when Mimaki team refresh the information. But this address will not change for a long time. So you must bookmark this in order to have live access to our virtual showroom. If you look at the 4 points in the window, so we have welcome video, and you can see 4 minutes video how to explore the site. The second, regards to, the looks like a blue display on the center. This is what 4 videos available regards to Mimaki company introduction as well as our new product which recently released or will be released for the short time. The third, the printer shape in front of this blue display. This is where video and the information available for individual product relative. And lastly, where the whiteboard with Mimaki Australia's letter, there will be the couple of video and the information available about application related. So we will be consistently updating the new information, videos, and brochures, and so on. So it will be it will be also your private platform that you can send out to customer in order to explore, and no registration is required for public customers. I would also then want to go through to the event display. So if you click the next button, which is the upcoming event, this is where you are at this moment. So you should also bookmark this agenda site. And there will be a list of our scheduled webinar for next 6 weeks already there. first, you need to have a registration, which is one time. So the person who is in this webinar has already registered, I believe. So registration is not to be required. It's not required anymore. But when you rejoin to an event for certain time, you need to log in, and there will be email verification is required. So you must remember what email address you have registered with, and you need to log in before joining to a specific webinars. Just more importantly, how we are going to utilize this event or platform tool for next few months. I just separated time frame as a three phase between phase 1 to phase 3. So what's going to happen is from today is a kickoff date, and till first week of February, what's going to happen is we will continuously plan the one-hour webinar. Every Monday is the application demo for existing customer, where new customer is more than welcome to join as well. The Wednesday the evening, which is this time, is a product introduction for mostly a new customer and your sales, the new leads for sales, in order to have more understanding what's available from Mimaki. So if you have any idea of what you want to, for us to show to the customer, you are more than welcome to request your, our Mimaki sales channel managers, and they will report back to, our management team in order to have this to, the real. As a Mimaki partners, I would like to request that the keep introducing this platform to your end-to-end customers in order to have a more cross contact with our partnership, not only Mimaki's customer, but including our Mimaki's partner as well. And please keep requesting what you want to see to Mimaki team in order to have something nice and something new, something different as always. As Mimaki is one of our innovative company for the the industry and market. As of phase 2, Mimaki Innovation Days, as you probably, some of you probably joined into this event back in May and June this year. However, we are going to do a same event in the middle of February, scheduled at this moment. At that moment, we will have a 24-hour session available, with accompanied by Mimaki Australia, Mimaki Europe, and Mimaki USA. So with an English event for 24 hours. So if you are too busy in the daytime in Australia, you can join the evening or even for the night session, by Mimaki Europe and USA. Of course, if you are available in the daytime, you can join to Mimaki Australia English session in order to have a same level communication in the 24 hours. At that time, in the middle of February, I'd like to request all the Mimaki partners in order to target 150 end customers to register in total. So we've got, and I hope this session we will have probably 10 to 20 the Mimaki partners here. So I'd like to ask you to even do 5 customers from that introduce this platform. This will be a growing platform as well. So please introduce this to customers as well. As of phase 3, which is the last phase, starting from March 1st, hopefully this the platform will be also available to our the Mimaki sales team in order to have a private demo online, and they're not required to have each customer to showroom in order to have more mini camp, mini fair, virtual event as a private, not not this type of webinar. Or we can, well, hopefully we will be able to involve our partners as the three members session, like Mimaki partner and customer, to have a dual call to customer in order to have provide total solution to the customer, including what our partner provides. All right, lastly, I'd like to briefly introduce what the contents of next 6 weeks webinar. All right, for every Monday, starting from Monday next week, 22nd of November, I will have myself and Patrick Bianco, which is our new product application specialist to showcase for the existing customers how to work on additional application tools such as 5 layers, ID cut, cutter demos, and so on, which is happening on a Monday morning between 10 to 11 a.m. Also, Wednesday evening between 5 to 6 p.m. Myself and Jason-san will be showcasing product demos and introduction to mainly new customers and our sales partners as well. We haven't decided yet for the contents in December 8th and 15th, so we are more than welcome to listen to you, what you want to hear from us, and I'm more than happy to schedule that into that session. So thanks for listening to my session. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us to know more about the this new platform. Thank you very much, and see you later.
Thanks, Thomas-san. Obviously, there's some exciting times coming from Mamaki Global and Mamaki Australia. Obviously, utilising a platform like this and going to the market directly, whether through our dealer partners, and obviously making sure that those customers who are either in rural areas or other partners who don't have showrooms engaging with this particular platform to obviously showcase products that they currently don't have in their own showrooms. But obviously, more importantly, as everybody knows, Mamaki is an innovative business, and we obviously introduce new products on a regular basis. With the 7151 Plus series, the UJ6042E series coming to Mamaki showrooms in November, December, and obviously some exciting platforms for next year. So, obviously stay tuned for those, but that's good. And obviously, Mamaki Australia has been around since 2013. I suppose I remember myself coming into the showroom and there was 3 employees here. Mamaki Australia certainly has grown to be a major player in regards to the wide format space in Australia. Today we have 32 staff, and we're obviously growing those particular staff on a regular basis, whether through engineers, admin, or even our sales team. And growing those. But I suppose what we've done in the last couple of months is introduced Pat Bianco to our business, and Pat has brought a wealth of experience in regards to what he does, and I suppose I don't want to go through his thunder, and I'll let him explain what he does, and I'll ask him a few questions. But more importantly, Mamaki Australia is not afraid to invest in making sure that our dealers and our partners are certainly looked after in every aspect, from whether it be a product specialist, a sales application, or more importantly, helping you guys close your deals. So what I wanted to do now is obviously introduce Pat Bianco to the team and to the network, and go from and introduce yourself. So everyone, but this is Pat Bianco. Pat, tell us a little bit about what you're doing so far.
Thanks for the intro, Jason. So I've come into the showroom and I've tidied it up and organised it. I've started meeting some of our partners that have come in already, as well as a couple of customers, and just getting to know all of our machines so I can support our team better.
Yeah, all right, that's good. So in regards to a little bit about yourself, and I know we've got that question a little bit later, but I suppose more importantly, I think what I've generally found at Mamaki Australia is that we are a family-orientated business, and we do talk about our families when we come in on a Monday morning. So give us just sort of brief little history on yourself from your family side, and then we'll get into the business side, which is the most important part for us.
The family side for me, I've got a lovely wife and my daughter who's 3 years old. They mean everything to me. The weekends are very important to us. So if I'm not at work, I'm still designing at home. I design things for my daughter all the time. I love reading and running. So if I'm not picking up a book, I'm out the door running. But yeah, that's me.
It's good. I like it. So, in regards to, obviously, there's quite a few people that obviously you applied for the sales role at Mamaki Australia for a channel manager's role, and we decided that we will best utilise with your skills and application side of the business, what you did in your past. In regards to that, just tell our partners in regards to how you can do it, and I suppose give us a bit of an understanding of your experience, and I suppose the reasons why we chose you.
So my background has always been in print, and my core skill is graphic design. But I've worked across production, and with that production skill set, I've gone from letterpress, which is really old school printing, to offset, digital, wide format, and grand format. So I get to help out with my vast experience of printing on pretty much anything that's out there. And as a graphic designer, I get to use those skills at Mamaki by helping to manipulate files and things. So
yeah, in regards to those particular programs that you're fluent at, I mean, obviously, I've seen your artwork.
Yeah.
I like what you've done already, but I mean, obviously, just explain to the team what you've got.
So I use the Adobe Creative Suite. That's my main tool for designing. I've got experience with CorelDRAW, Rasterlink, Onyx, and I'm sort of coming on board with Caldera at the moment. So that's all the three main rips that we use.
Yeah.
Definitely a great tool for Mamaki and us in the showroom to be able to show everyone.
Yeah, that's good. So in regards to obviously being a graphic designer, obviously this will be helping you, but with your role with us at Mamaki. But I suppose from my perspective, how and what have you done so far to showcase us to you? Because what you've done so far, I mean, obviously with our showroom, apart from being a much better environment, and having someone that's obviously full-time here, what have you done so far in regards to using your skills in the showroom?
So with my design skills, I've started on our JFX 200 and 600 kits, so redesigning them from the ground up, and sort of showing how we can use our technology and printers to the best of their ability.
Yeah, and also we've got the pull-up banners, which obviously showcases to our dealer networks, which will be getting them in the near future. I know Brad Crichton's currently working with a supplier to get them printed and put together. But you designed those, and just explain what that pull-up banner was going to do for the dealer network, because they will receive, each one of them will receive one.
So that pull-up banner is going to be sort of a welcome in your entryways for Mamaki. It's going to show this is what Mamaki does and this is how we support you.
Yeah, and it's got 4 of our products on there. So when
Correct.
customers do come in there, they'll see our core products, whether that be flatbed, promotional products, cutters, and SG products.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it also talks about our ink technologies.
Yeah.
So we go across UV, LED, latex, and solvent.
And solvent, yeah. And obviously the QR code. So we're getting into the 21st century.
Exactly.
Directly to our website, so those customers will be able to utilize that information foremost. Because sometimes when you go into a dealer network, the wrong person may be at the counter that doesn't physically know about our hardware, but they can actually scan that QR code. It'll go to the Mamaki website, and then at least they can hopefully get some answers. If not, they can speak to the local team on the ground. So, I mean, obviously, the most important thing for us, and I suppose for me, and the reason I put you on, to be brutally honest, is not only your graphic design skills and things like that, and what you can do, but I suppose more importantly is a lot of our dealer networks ask us to support them in multiple ways, and whether it be file manipulation, file management, and things like that. But how are you going to help the dealers? Tell us about how you're going to help dealers nationally. I know we've got these webinars coming up, but how are you going to help them nationally?
So you mentioned that we've got the videos coming up. So like next week we've got our 5-layer print. But nationally, I'll be helping with samples, especially troubleshooting. So if you've got a new media or substrate that's come out, I'll be able to help with testing, doing samples for that you'll be able to show your customers. We'll be going across the how-to videos, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's good.
Yep. No, it's good. I mean, obviously, look, at the end of the day, for me, having you on the team, I'm not quite sure. I've just had internet troubles, and we also know there's always new issues when you're having webinars like this from a local perspective. So yeah, sorry for that. We'll work out what happened, but hopefully you guys can all hear us from now. So we're just finishing off. There's only a couple more questions for Pat. We'll take him out of the spotlight for a little bit. But with your skills and artwork, does this mean that you're designing work for our partners?
I'll be assisting our partners if they've got issues with artwork files, more than designing for them.
Yeah.
So if there's a cut file that's not working correctly, or a layered file that they've got an issue with, that's where I'll come into play. using my skills and my experience with artwork.
Yeah, so the best thing that I've seen so far is that we have actually had some dealers either come into the showroom, utilize your services for customers. I've seen that in the last couple of weeks. But even more importantly, if the dealers are actually out on the road and their consumer reps are actually having issues, that they in front of customers, that they can actually call you over the phone and hopefully try and get those answers answered for you. Yeah, that's good. No, I like it. I suppose first and foremost, you've only been here for 8 weeks, but just tell us what you've enjoyed so far working at Mamaki.
For me, the biggest enjoyment is the range of materials that I can print on. I've never had such a range before. Like the last few years, I've been in digital print, and you're pretty much stuck to your papers. But with Mamaki, you've got wood, you've got die bond, R-board. There's just so much you can print on, and I'm really enjoying that and being able to test that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, it's been great working with you and having you on board, and without doubt, I mean, obviously showcasing the JFX 600 sample and then JFX 600 sample kits and the JFX 200, people will be able to see your design work and what you've done, and I suppose the creativity that you can actually add, to them as a dealer partner, but as well as Mamaki. So welcome aboard.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Cool. Alrighty, so that's Patrick Bianco. Pat Short. Bianco obviously is his last name, but he's a really nice guy and an easy guy to talk to. So feel free to give him a call, send him an email, patrickbianco@mamaki.com, and we'll certainly be able to support you in multiple ways that we've probably never been able to do before. We haven't had a product and application specialist in the showroom. We've generally had our channel managers being able to do all those particular, I suppose, unique tips and applications, and now we've actually got someone on board that actually can help you for first and foremost. So I suppose what we want to do now is bring Tomo-san back into the actual situation here and just talk about the introduction plan for the JFX 600. Myself and Tomo and myself will actually answer some questions here that we put through, but we'll go from there.
All right, Jason-san. Well, I suppose you have more than 10, 20 years of experience of as a hardware sales person of the ground format or this true flatbed platform in experience. So I'd like to ask you some questions, which is exciting time for us about JFX 600 new true flatbed platform. So first question to Jason-san is, as Mimaki's Australia's national sales manager's perspective, why Mimaki has designed and releasing this new platform?
Look, the JFX 600 is our 7th generation UV flatbed to the market. I think where we played a lot of part for us in the market is been the entry level. It's been that $90,000 to $130,000 space, and we actually have had the JFX 500 at a maximum print speed of that 45 square meters an hour with white and things like that. So it's always been that entry level where we've really enjoyed, but I suppose at the end of the day, we did miss that particular part where we were missing out on opportunities in grand format space. So what the JFX 600 enables us to do is get back into that grand format space, and without doubt, there'll be other products coming out. I'm hoping that Mamaki brings out other products, but it's not going to be their first. But I think the biggest reason is that I can see Mamaki as a platform, I suppose, diversifying, being innovative, and obviously getting into that grand format space. And I think this is just the first opportunity for us and our dealer network to engage with that particular space and enjoy of printing speeds of up to 200 square meters an hour.
200 square meters. That's fast machine. So that will be our flagship platform, which is latest technologies.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I've seen the JFX 600 first introduced, which is briefly back in May or June, Mimaki Innovation Days globally. So what will be as recent or real availability to the market at this moment?
Yeah. So I mean, it's been a long time coming, and we understand that. I suppose first and foremost, the success of the platform overseas, with Europe and the USA, certainly taken a bunch of the first orders. Shipping has been a major issue for us, and unfortunately delayed a lot of the products coming to Australia. But I am excited to say that the JFX 600 has arrived in Australia. It arrived at the port today. It's being delivered to KWE, our freight forwarders warehouse, either today or tomorrow morning, and it's being shipped. And I actually wanted to have it here behind us at the show, but unfortunately with freight, I can't predict freight at the moment, and it's not here. But I suppose at the end of the day, it has arrived on the Australian shore. So I'm excited. It's here. It's been a long time coming. Availability to the market is today.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. So, I suppose that the first JFX 600 has arrived today, or so will be tomorrow for KWE. So, what's the schedule for demo machine, demo equipment is ready to showcase to customer?
Yep, demonstrations. I mean, obviously, it takes a long time. It's a couple of weeks to do the install of the JFX 600. The most important thing for me in entering a new space of grand format for Mamaki is service and support. I think that's a key factor in regards to where the success of this particular brand is moving forward. And I think we're not afraid to invest in engineers. And I know we're doing interviews on a daily basis, to find engineers around the country to strengthen our team. But yeah, demonstrations, unfortunately, they will start on the first week of December.
Okay.
We do have multiple demonstrations from our partners who have been talking about this particular product already. We do have demonstrations booked up for the first week of December, and the second week of December is obviously the technical training for our dealers on the second week of December.
Okay, so I'm excited to listen to that. We will be probably 30 days, 40 days to Christmas, but there are really lots going on before the Christmas. I'm really excited to hear that. So I suppose that's in front of this camera. There are the numerous our sales channel partners people is here. So probably they are wondering, when the dealers, information is available for our partners and what kind of training is available, or maybe e-learning. So could you introduce a little bit more about?
Yeah. So e-learning. I mean, obviously, e-learning is a particular e-learning platform, online platform for sales training for our channel partners, which 80%, I think, or 70% of our sales partners have access to. To get access to grand format and moving into the space of grand format, a lot of our dealers don't actually play in that space at all. So what Mamaki Global has done is that you do need to complete your e-learning in the SG, IP, and TA, not necessarily TA, but in the SG and IP, to make sure that you actually understand the fundamentals of Inkjet technology, and more importantly, Mamaki's technology, its space. Mm-hmm. Once those have actually been, I suppose, done and completed, there will be in the short term, in the next couple of weeks, an introduction to the JFX 600 on the e-learning platform. But if it's not done, it'll be hopefully before Christmas. But you will unfortunately need to have access to it, is to complete the training on the previous e-learning, just to make sure that you actually, like I said, you do understand the actual technology that we've done and designed and been around and made successful in this industry for.
Understood. All right. Just in case if people in front of this webinar hasn't have access to a webinar yet, the e-learning yet for the other sales e-learning. So how should they get e-learning access?
Yep. So I mean, obviously they just need to talk to their local channel managers. Local channel managers locally. Obviously, you got Chris and Pat in Queensland, Barry and Cam in Victoria, who look after obviously Tasmania and South Australia as well. If anyone's listening over in Perth and obviously New South Wales, then I'm your local representative at the moment to support you in that way. If you've got any new staff, or if you've got anybody, or if there's any additional people that you want actually to do it, or even if there's an actual owners or business owners here that actually probably have never even heard of e-learning, but their sales team are doing it, feel free to ask them, because we can certainly give you an agenda point of exactly where each and every person who has had access, we can give them exactly where they're at.
Okay. So from a general manager's point of view, I'd like to request that everyone in the Mimaki Australia's channel partners, please make sure you get access to e-learning tool, and please make sure you complete for this new platform, JFX 600. It's really important to make understanding on yourself in order to offer the right solution to the customer. So the last question to Jason-san is probably it's very important, but what will be an ink set or ink type available for JFX 600 platform?
Yeah, look, I mean, Mark Australia has obviously developed a few ink sets from a local perspective. We've got the LUS 120 for our flatbeds, we've got the 150, and then we just got the introduction of the new LUS 350, which is a thermoforming ink, which we will have in our showroom in a couple of weeks' time, once you can get around to doing it, Thomas-san. But most importantly, I think within this grand format space, the biggest asset that we do have is obviously ink technology and ink running costs. And I think it's a different terminology in regards to the way customers buy. It's not based on an entry-level machine based on that type of price. Just due to the market at the moment and timeframes, the LUS 150 is the only ink set that we've got currently available for the JFX 600. But what I really need to do in the next couple of months, and I know it's something that we are physically working on, is that I want to introduce the LUS 120 ink type. So it is a 35% cheaper ink to obviously utilize and run through the JFX 600. So we'll have a faster return on investment, cheaper running cost, and things like that. But the biggest, the most important factor for me is making sure that we have had a couple of customers utilize the LUS 120 in their JFX 200 series, but just with the size of the lamps, the inks were actually a little bit tacky.
Right.
So most importantly, when the machine arrives, it will be installed with LUS 150, but we will convert it once the profiles are created to LUS 120. It does have bigger lamps on the JFX 600, obviously being a 16 head 16 head configuration, which means obviously we've got a wider LED platform. So I'm hoping it actually post-cures and makes it a little bit more harder than the softer ink and things like that. But we can't do anything until that particular profiles have been created, and I know they're working on them, and it's close. But LUS 150 for the start. It's our most common ink that obviously goes in our UV platform. It's our most durable, flexible, great ink adhesion. I suppose, stick to the LUS 150 for now.
Okay. Thank you very much for Jason-san regards to this knowledge what you've got and explanation about JFX 600 and exciting. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Thomas-san. Cheers. All right, everybody. Now we've obviously got some exciting times, and with I'll get Pat to come back inside and just have a discuss. I mean, obviously we've got some new product technology that coming out, and when Pat was employed 8 weeks ago, his first application that he needed to do was recreate the JFX 200 sample kits. I know some of you guys have actually seen these particular sample kits, the sturdiness of them and things like that, with the white and the clear, as an actual sales tool. But I suppose what was missing was the real life applications, what we actually did show, from the actual sample kit itself. What we've asked Pat to do, and I'll get Pat to explain what he's actually done. But what I wanted to do is make sure that we can go through the sample kit itself in regards to what it's going to do. So let's, Thomas-san's just sharing something at the moment. Hopefully everyone can see it. No, please bear with us 1 second. We're just making sure that we're just trying to share a screen. All right. Perfect.
Fantastic. We're up and running now.
Yeah.
So I'll start talking with the JFX 600 kit to start with, and we're partnering with GPMG for the kits for making the actual box itself. GPMG have this amazing 3D replica technology that they use. So we'll have the box will open and you'll get this lovely 3D graphic. That's going to be a surprise. I'm not sure what that is at the moment, but GPMG are helping us with that. And then the actual kit itself is going to contain more samples than ever. They're real applications with real designs that you'd actually see out in the field.
Yeah. So obviously the previous kit we only had 6 or 7 samples in it. I mean, it used its purpose in regards to what we're doing. So what we're actually trying to do now, with your skill set, is obviously go to market applications. So true life applications in regards to different media types. And obviously, as you can see now, I think we've got 12. I mean, I'm not going to do my quick maths up there now, but I think we've got 12 different medias. So we've actually doubled the medias and doubled the applications in regards to what we can actually do with the actual JFX 600 and the JFX 200.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're showcasing the abilities of the machine with the white and the clear. So really showcasing how that can affect the design and your print.
Yeah, and value add.
Exactly.
To the customer. So yeah, I'll go for this one.
The JFX 600, the machine, it's bigger, it's better. So our kit's going to be bigger and better. We're going to be going through an A3 size kit. So your samples are going to be larger. We've got a nice little feature that our samples will be cut with some finger holes. So as you've got a kit that's got this sort of thickness of samples, you'll be able to get them out of the box nice and easy.
Yep. So a little bit easier for the dealer partners to take to the customers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the box design, we're definitely going to be having a carry handle, so that this box can be carried around. It's going to be quite sturdy, especially with the weight of the materials. So this will be able to go in the back of your car as you go to your customers. It's going to survive. It's going to last.
Excellent. And obviously the utilization of the application of making boxes from the flatbed technology, and obviously the cutting tools from our partners, because obviously some of our partners have cutting applications and cutting tools. But the showcasing the box will be made on the JFX 600 as well.
Correct, it will be.
Yeah, oh, that's great. And obviously utilizing white ink, and
it will be. Yeah. It's going to be fantastic.
Good, excellent. So I mean, obviously the JFX 600 is our flagship product in the coming weeks and coming months. But obviously the JFX 200, we still sell between 2 and 4 of these a month. It is our go-to product at the moment in regards to entry-level printing and those customers looking to upgrade their existing HPs or JFX 200s or even OSAs or whatever. But I suppose just give us an understanding in regards to what we're going to do different with the JFX 200 sample kit.
So with the 200 sample kit, the box itself that Jason showed you earlier is fantastic, but we're just going to be increasing the range of substrates, really showing that what the JFX can do, all the different media that it can print on.
Yeah, and again, I suppose from an application perspective, I just wanted to show you a couple of samples that have come to fruition in regards to what we're going to do with the JFX 600 and the JFX 200. The both sample kits will have different applications on different materials.
Correct,
yeah,
they will.
Yeah, so there won't be any difference. So they won't be able to just change the one box around. It'll be different materials, different applications. Yeah,
exactly, and different artwork.
Different artwork, exactly right. So just explain this one to us. What is text 2.5D texture?
So with the Marquee print technology, we have a layered print where you can have up to 17 layers to do a 2.5D texture. Then you can apply your clear on top of that, and it just gives a really great tactile feel to our prints.
Yeah, so it gives you a 2.5D textured feel. So in regards to the snake, so what we're saying here is that the snake skin will actually be the effect.
It'll be rather bumpy. We're also going to have a clear on the snake itself, not on the background.
Yep.
So it'll really pop off the page.
Okay, excellent. And just having a look at the ink sets, is obviously the machines and the availability that we will be printing these on. So CMYK, white and clear.
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
So
this looks nice.
This one is fantastic. I'm really excited to actually test print this. There's one I haven't test printed yet, but we're going to be using a silver dye bond. So you'll have that metallic showing through and giving a lovely shimmer to our water.
Yeah. So it's a different application. So it's not just obviously us putting ink on material. It's actually our dealer network actually showcasing different substrates that they actually physically sell.
Exactly, and showing how you can make the print special by using your substrate to its maximum potential.
Yeah, and someone told me you actually need some silver dye bond for these sample kits. So hopefully one of our dealer networks that are listening to this platform today can kindly donate a couple of sheets for us to actually create our kit. So
that would be fantastic, and some brown beeflet while we're at it.
Sounds great. All right, what's the last one?
This last one we're going to be printing on some natural bamboo. So it's showing the fact that we have our Green Guard certification with our inks.
Yep.
But also the fact that we can print on wood.
Okay, that's great. So obviously just a different application. This will be printing on a wood with white ink, and then obviously the color on top.
So you'll see the wood grain show through. This particular artwork, we're actually going to have the white ink behind the hand, so they'll be nice and solid, and you have the wood grain behind everything else.
Okay, so just give it that that textured feel and having a look and things like that. And I suppose the most important thing is that the customers have got to remember, and our dealers have got to remember that all our inks are Green Guard certified. So there's probably, I can't particularly name one right now, but I'm pretty sure that 95% of our inks are actually Green Guard certified. So when we are talking about, when our competitors come to us and say, we use Green Guard inks and things like that, the Green Guard certification that, that Mamaki's got and all our competitors got is identically the same. So there's no differences in regards to what someone has, what our competitors have versus what we've got. So I suppose the most important thing is the Green Guard certification. It is a clear factor. It is actually something gets spoken a lot about in regards to latex technology, in regards to UV or latex, but again, it's still Green Guard certified. So exciting times ahead, I think. In regards to the JFX 200 and the JFX 600, I suppose in regards to the UV flatbed space from Mamaki Australia, it is something that we're going to be really excited about in 2022. And I suppose coming up to our Q4, end of fiscal year in the last quarter, and hopefully get a few of these deals across the line and get a few of these machines installed. But great product. It's been our flagship for such a long time now. Like I said, we sold nearly 35, on an average of 35 a year, directly to the market in regards to making sure that this particular market space is growing for us. And it's been a great addition for our dealer networks as well. And I think every single one of our dealers have actually sold JFX 200, which is really exciting for us. So I look forward to what you're going to create. Just, I suppose, my couple of quick questions. When are these going to be completed?
I'm hoping that we'll have all the kits ready by the end of December.
Yeah. Okay. So, obviously, they may or may not be delivered by the end of December, but they're certainly delivered in the first couple of weeks.
Exactly. They'll be ready in the new year to be handed out. Yeah. And the JFX 600 is going to be special, so you'll have to register for that kit with me.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously, if a dealer is listening to us today and they obviously want to support us in regards to the manufacture of these kits, are the dealers able to ring you and say, look,
definitely,
I've got some silver dye bond, please use us and things like that? If there's any other or unique materials that they actually sell and they want to put in the kit, feel free to give you a call or an email, patrickbianco@mamaki.com, and they can actually speak to you in regards to what you can add and what you can't add.
Yep, that's perfect.
All right, that sounds good. All right, guys, let's go back to it. Finn. Marketing, finished. All right, so let's go back to just myself, and what I'll do now is just sorry, Thomas, son, I'll just go back to the presentation. A little bit behind. So guys, I'm sorry. We're a little bit longer than we anticipated today, but I suppose it's important, obviously, to introduce you guys to the new tools that we've obviously got at Mamaki Australia, and without doubt over the next few weeks, months and years that we'll obviously engage with you to actually go with a direct model in regards to the markets and products that you sell and obviously utilising this tool. But more importantly, I think it's always a nice thing to do, obviously introduce new team members at Mamaki Australia, and no doubt within the next few months we'll have some more, to introduce you. So what I wanted to do now, that's the end of the presentation. There's nothing more that we can obviously share with you today. Just wanted to know if there was any questions or answers, questions, and we can hopefully give you some answers. And if we can't give you some answers today, we can certainly come back to you in regards to what you want to do. So if there's any questions, Steve Allen. Oh, sorry, wrong guy. Sorry, Steve, can you just select it again? We'll just put him on live. Not sure we can hear you, Steve. Are you there, Steve?
Hear me?
Yeah, I've got you now.
Gotcha. Thanks. Look, thanks for the presentation. It's that was actually really informative. I enjoyed it. A quick question around the training for the 600. You mentioned that the dealers will have to go through like an internal training session. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit for us?
Yeah, so at the moment, we've got an online or an e-learning platform called e-learning, which a few people within your organization's got access to. It's what we generally say, to have access to particular products, you've got to complete that course online to have access to it. So it's mainly around about the technology of marquee in general, and that being the inkjet technology, the LED technology, and I suppose it doesn't physically have any competitor analysis to it, but it's more of an understanding of a sales tool about learning about the actual individuality of our products, not about our competitors. That'll come at a later date, but this one's more about a direct sales tool to give you an actual understanding of our technology. But yeah, does that answer your question, Steve?
Yeah, no, that's good. Thanks for that, Jace.
Yeah, and Steve, if you need a list of people who've actually got the link for the e-learning, I'm more than happy to pass that one through to you.
Gotcha. No worries. Thanks, mate.
No worries. Thank you. Has anybody else got any more questions? Just take Steve off. Any more questions? Any simple ones? Steve again? Oh no, I'm not sure if Steve's got another one, Steve?
In regards to demos, is Patrick going to be involved in demos at Mamaki, or is he more just a sort of offside sort of assistance for us?
I'll definitely be in the showroom and assisting with our demos. So if you've got a customer wants to come through and you know that they print on a certain substrate, definitely give me a heads up so we can be prepped and ready.
Yep, brilliant. That's good.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, obviously, you know, as this business moves forward and things like that, you know, with having, you know, Pat was our specialist in regards to applications and design work and things like that. But obviously, working with Pat in the last couple of months, you know, in the showroom and things like that, I suppose he's very engaged. He's willing to learn, willing to listen, and I suppose he's done a couple of demos, and he's actually looked after a couple of customers himself already. And actually, obviously, his skill set is, you know, obviously file manipulations and Rastlink and things like that already has been a great asset to us. So, yeah, use him as much as you possibly can, Steve. More than happy to do as many demos as possible.
Done. No, sounds good. Last question for you with the actual 600 coming in. You mentioned possibly second week of December. Yep. For like a dealer training, or at least the dealers can come in and have a look. Is that confirmed, or is that's when you'd like it to happen? Look,
that's when I'd like it to happen. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I know it's coming in at the end of this week, but I suppose what I'm trying to do is just make sure that our technical team's up and running first, to make sure that we've got machines to sell coming in December. So look, our go-to-market in regards to, you know, having you guys come on board from a local in New South Wales, I'm definitely looking at the middle of December for you guys to come in and actually have a look at it.
Cool. No, sounds good. Look forward to it.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
All right, just take Steve, back off. Has anybody else got some questions? Anybody else? All right, so if nobody else has got any questions, I think we might cut this one out at 55 minutes. I do thank everybody for coming online today, and I do appreciate everyone's efforts in regards to making sure that you know, we've got some new tools and a new go-to-market strategies for you guys, and some new people coming on board at Mamaki Australia. And without doubt, over the next few weeks, we'll obviously showcase to you how we can actually utilize this new webinar tool to make sure that we can actually get some applications, some 5-layer printing, so more importantly, some tips and tricks in regards to our printers, and not only that, some sales demonstrations in regards to our products as well. So stay tuned, follow the link, like Thomas said, in regards to making sure you're kept updated with what's coming out. And without ado, I do thank you, and thanks for joining us.